contemporary times with a lot of challenges. Climate change is also a big challenge that we are facing, and then also people's perspective on farming. Our economy has to be built through agriculture sector, and so now with a lot of changes taking place, now we would like to come up with a policy, agriculture policy, for which a draft is already prepared. Agriculture policy, Nagaland agriculture policy draft is already prepared. That will be sent to the cabinet for approval. No, it will be sent to the cabinet for approval. And once it is approved by the cabinet, then it will be, the matter will be taken up in the assembly, and then the bill will be passed. And once the bill is passed, a new agriculture policy will be adopted.
Okay, so sir, could you highlight a little bit on where are we focusing on the main new agricultural policy? Is it about market linkage, infrastructure?
Yes, definitely. Agriculture has to be now market oriented. It has to be market oriented. So a very robust and vibrant market organization has to be put in place, and we have to create market linkages. Farmers have to get remunerative price, and then a lot of not only earning income from our farm producers, but then also generating employment. That is the need of that.
So, sir, in order to do that, what are the steps that the government are taking? For instance, so there's also this problem with the farming.
Yes, agriculture policy, all these things are also factored in. Yes, the greatest challenge is, the lack of infrastructure, especially lack of post-harvest infrastructure that we are lacking with now. You see, our producers, in order to reach market, we should have collection centers, aggregation centers. Then our market has to be organized, and value addition has to also be there. So we are trying to bring about creating facilities, creating infrastructure for especially post-harvest infrastructure. That is one of the that is also factored in our policy. Yeah, a lot of trust will be given on this.
Sir, at this point, right, which crop do you think is the most successful export-wise in Nagaland? Like we see that we are an agrarian economy, right? We see that we are dependent on agriculture. But then, is there any sort of income generation that we are generating, expecting some target?
See, any crop for that matter, any crop that we produce are quality. They are high quality producers. Our producers are of high quality, and export should not be a problem. Market is not a problem, but we have to create volume. We don't have the volume, so we have to create volume. So, in order to have the volume, as I said, the basic infrastructure has to be put in place.
So what about the land holding problem as well? Because in order for us to create volume, we need larger land holdings, right? But then in Nagaland, we have this fragmented pieces. Then is that going to be a problem?
Yes, so land fragmentation is also a hindrance, but that is not so much of a hindrance actually, because there is no dearth of land. There is no dearth of potential land, potential area. All our potential areas are kept idle. We are not doing anything. We are not making the best use of our land. So I don't see any problem as far as land holding is concerned. We need to produce for the market with a target, with a focus of the market, and there should be volume. If there is no volume, market becomes a problem.